Hey book nerds, welcome to What the Smut Are You Talking About podcast. My name is Cortney and I'm so excited for today's guest. Today I have author Vee Taylor with me. Welcome, Vee.
Yay, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I am a mom. I live in the suburbs of Chicago, and recently I've come back into horseback riding as like my hobby outside of writing. So that's cool. Professionally, I am an author who writes angsty, emotional stories that will likely make you cry.
Yes.
But I write things that are very mental health heavy. I used to be a counselor by trade, and so everything I like to incorporate both because I think people with, who are going through things mental health wise also deserve their version of what love looks like for them, and that might look different than anybody else. So I like to make sure that that voice is represented in romance as well.
Yeah. I was introduced to your work by listening to Into the Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And that book, it's so great, but it will rip your heart out. So I was, and then because I follow you on social media, so of course you've been promoting the last couple of books you've released, and so I just, in my head, I had it in my mind that because you were talking about how the couple is going to have their happy for now. And I was like, oh, yeah, she's good at writing those, right? And so the whole time, you're bucking mom, I went into it with this mindset. So I was almost disappointed at the end because I was I was expecting something crazy to happen, but no, it's still great. I still loved it.
Yeah, so it's the third book that's not a happily ever after. It's a happily for now, but the two characters will get their own books and their own happily ever afters with other people after that book. And it's only because it's, like I said, I write everything mental health wise. And so that particular book is he's an addict and an alcoholic. And it's hard to love an addict and an alcoholic if you are not in the space to go down that path with them. And so I think Nova needed to find somebody who could love her gently after what happened with Austin.
Yeah. She needed someone to love her the way that she needed to be loved.
Right. Exactly.
Yes. So, but I had it no, I knew it wasn't about this going into it, but that was just stayed on my mind, and I was like, what the heck? But
I think it's really important to write love stories that are, like I said, that are that we can experience in everyday life, that some people can relate to, that maybe are a little bit more difficult to write, right? Like Into the Darkness, it's a duet. Into the Darkness and Into the Light. It's particularly about the lack of men's mental health awareness that we have, especially for these quote unquote machismo males, right? And so I think that those underlying messages are extremely important to have to create conversation about too.
Yes. And I will say I did put brakes on because I don't know how, and Rose I feel is going to yell at me if she hears this. But I still haven't picked up Into the Light because listen, it's sitting in my to read in Audible, I have it, just I did Into the Darkness, and then I'm on several ALC teams, so I had to stop, and I was like, well, I'll do something that's a palate cleanser and get caught up on my ALCs. And I shit you not, it was another book with the same premise, not knowing. I went into this book completely blind. It's just one of the ones that will randomly sent to me, and I was like, okay, I want to do this, and I was like, okay, I'm ready to rip my heart out now because I'm emotionally damaged right now. So I was like, I need like a good palate cleanser, and I haven't had a chance to go back into pick up Into the Light, but like I can't wait because like I did like read the summary on the title details page to like see a little bit, and I need to like finish that story. I had the pleasure of meeting you this past summer. I feel like I talked yours and Rose's ear off, so sorry, not sorry. What's been going on since we last spoke?
Man, when was it? Do you remember what event?
Was it June or July?
It was in
July?
Kentucky?
No, it was in Knoxville.
Knoxville. Okay. Yeah. So since the summer. Okay. So since then, I have releasing 2 books. So I'm in the middle of releasing my Ravens hockey series. And I have book 4 releasing actually in 2 days. So on November 6th, it will be out, which is very exciting.
That is exciting. Gotta love release week. Are you ready to pull your hair out yet?
Yes. No, you know what? I like release week because I like my favorite thing is when people post things and like the videos and the like Instagram. I love the collages and the videos, and it makes me feel excited that people are connecting to my words and my story.
Love that. Speaking of your stories, literally 2 minutes ago, just hit pause on your fucking mom's audiobook because I bought it like weeks ago, and I was like, I'm gonna wait and listen to it like right before, so it's like fresh in my mind.
Yeah.
And then we've unfortunately had to reschedule this a couple of times due to like my family stuff, your family stuff, and I like forgot to start reading it, and I just thought about it yesterday. I was like, oh my god, I didn't start it. So I started it yesterday morning and just finished it, and it was so good.
Thank you. And it's cool because while I am releasing the 4th book, the 2nd book comes out in audio in about 10 days or so. So
yay!
Yeah, this is perfect timing. So Your Pucking Mom is currently in audio in duet form featuring Sebastian York and Amy Hall. And then Your Sharpest Edge comes out next week featuring Sean Masters and Savannah Thomas in duet form.
Oh my gosh, I love this.
Yes.
I love both of their voices.
Yes. Sean Masters, I just finished listening to like my proofing copy. And he has like a very dark, deep voice, but in Your Sharpest Edge, they're both Russian. And so both of them do a Russian accent, and it is amazing to hear the Russian accent.
Stop.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like the epilogue, like, it tells you like who the couple is.
Yep.
And I'm like, like, I need to know. So you're the queen of cliffhangers. So I'm like, how are you going to leave me like that? So I should know better by now.
Yeah. And I think the coolest part about this series too is that like, so if you were to ever see me like at an event, I always tell you 1 and 2, Your Sharpest Edge and Your Pucking Mom can be read interchangeably. So I only released Your Sharpest Edge 2nd because technically it is a prologue. So the couple you've already met in Your Pucking Mom, Stassi and Alex, and they're already married. But Stassi's story in particular is really intense and like very DV heavy. And so I wanted to make sure that for those who wanted to prepare themselves for the angst and the intensity of book 2, that they already knew that they were married, right? And like they do have their happily ever after. So that book more so is about the journey, not the ending. But if you like to read it in like timeline order, I always say start then with Your Sharpest Edge. So it's cool because I feel like for the audiobook people tuning in on that end, they'll be able to utilize like 2 and 1 interchangeably.
Yes. Yeah. I And I'm kind of glad you released it the way you did,
Yeah.
because sometimes it's harder for me to get into an audiobook when there's like thick, heavy accents.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really glad, because I'm like invested in these characters now,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Well, before we start talking about Raven's hockey, do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Yes. Sweet.
What made you decide to write your very first book?
Oh, this is easy. So prior to this, I was a wedding photographer, and after 2020 and COVID, it kind of took the creativity out of wedding photography for me. And then I had a baby, and I got very depressed, and my counselor at the time was like, "You need to do something creative because your creativity cup is not being filled with photography." And so I had a story in my head about a wedding photographer who meets a billionaire at these weddings, because I was like, this could definitely happen every time I was at my weddings. And I brought it up to a quote unquote friend at the time, and she was like, that sounds so terrible. Like, you can't even write an email. How are you going to write a book? And so when people say that to me, that's like, little do they realize, like, that's extremely motivating. So I was like, oh, I don't like you, and let me prove you wrong. So I wrote One Chance, based on, I wrote One Chance based on how I was doing before. Yeah, no, it's a very petty thing to say, but like, I just think when I'm told no, I'm like, oh, but that makes me want to do it bigger and better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Laugh, because I am the exact same
Yeah.
way. Like, you tell me I can't do it. By George, I'm going to show you that I can. Am I out of shape to run a marathon? Yes, I would die within the first mile, but you tell me I can't. Please don't tell
Then I'll
me
do
I
it,
can't.
right?
Yeah, I totally get that. I get that.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you
That's how
for
it
that.
started, and it hasn't really stopped since. I quite literally think I try to almost every single day for the last 3 years.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
That is so amazing. Well, if I was to look at your search history right now, what would be the weirdest thing that I would find?
So probably, yeah. Okay. So at I'm writing, I'll tease it. So I'm writing a book, an accidental pregnancy book. And at one point I had to Google, like, how much can lactation milk, like, is there an amount that will actually harm the human body if consumed? For oh god. So yeah, that's cool. There isn't an amount. It's actually healthy for us in case you want.
Greatest answer to that question.
Yeah, like, oh, you don't want, like, the boring stuff, but like, I was like, what is the weirdest thing? Like, yeah, I don't know. I have a weird search history. Nobody wants to be on my search history. Thank you.
Love that for us. Wait to read it. tropes to write
So,
about.
love.
Our TED Talk.
Okay, my favorite tropes. Ooh, okay. No. Okay. Yes, I think my favorite tropes are like anything pregnancy. I like a good like surprise baby or like oops she's pregnant. I love a good daddy moment. I think my beta reader was like, I had stopped writing it for like 2 books, and then I wrote it in the most recent one she beta, and she goes, "Thank God we're back, Daddy's back." And I was like, "Yes, girl." So yeah,
Daddy's home.
but yeah, something I've never written though, like is true like enemies to lovers. That would be one I haven't like I feel like I haven't like written or like done service to. So I would love to write like an enemies to lovers trope.
You could do that so good.
Yeah.
It's
Like true.
darkness. Like that one. I mean, it was close.
That was close. I feel like that slow burn though, like enemies to love. You know what I mean? Where it's like almost hate to love.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, on the flip side of that, what are your favorite tropes to read about?
Oh, enemies to lover. I love like for me. Well, I'm a mood reader.
Same.
I currently I'm in like a fantasy kick right now. I think I'm waiting for Brimstone by Callie Parker to come out. But I also really enjoy like a good cowboy romance. I surprisingly read less dark romance than I think people think I do. So I read more fantasy and like small town cowboys.
Yeah, I'm a huge small town reader.
Yeah.
Like small town and billionaire. That's like the
Ooh.
ones like I like go towards. I love both of them. Now give me a billionaire that moves to a small town and that's gonna be my favorite book. Well, if you could go back in time and relive the experience of publishing your very first book, what, if anything, would you do differently?
Oh, everything. I when I first became an author or wanted to do this, I thought that I should hire people who like worked for like, you know, larger, maybe trad published authors. I don't think that that necessarily was the best choice. It was more so like I needed to work with people who um, understood what my goals were and where I wanted to go with my writing. And so, yeah, that's it. That's the piece of advice I always tell an author, someone who wants to be an author, is like, don't go with someone just because, you know, they may work with X, Y, and Z. Work with somebody who actually wants to see you successful and it aligns with your goals as well. Yeah, that would be the biggest piece of advice and the thing I would change the most.
I love that. All right, so you have the Ravens hockey series. Like I said before, I just finished Your Pugging Mom. Sebastian York is like one of my all-time favorite narrators. And you don't hear him in many hockey books because I don't know, he tends to do like more mature voices.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't see him doing in like most hockey romances that you come across, it's that MMC is younger usually. Yeah. So I like love this spin on it. Like I loved everything about this book because it's not your traditional like hockey romance, and I was so here for it 100%. So tell us a little bit about this. Like how did you come up with this idea for Your Pugging Mom?
Oh, okay. Let's see the legal answer to this. So
the legal answer.
I moved from, so I'm from Chicago, but the last 10 plus years, I lived in California. So I moved to California pretty much in my adult life. Met my husband, got married, had kids out there. Then we moved back. And so when we moved back, we had no friends. And so we just like did all the winter sports possible. That included like going to hockey games. And I fell in love with hockey games. I am an extreme introvert, except like at live sporting events. It's a very weird thing. Like I could make friends with the people next to me because I don't know. Like it's weird. So anyway, so I'm at my first hockey game and this man next to me is talking with the man next to him, who I presume he was with. They're talking about this lore, okay? And the lore is that there was a rumor that one of the hockey players one of the moms hooked up with this young hockey player's. Wait, a hockey player hooked up with this other young hockey player's mom. And I like paused him and I was like, "Oh, sir, please tell me more." And he looked at me sideways and my husband looks at them and they go, "Oh, she's an author. she'll start using this." Anyway, so they told me all about this lore and I was like, wow, if I took a little spin on this would make a great like forbidden love story. So I used the lore, spinned it in my own way, and that's how I came up with Ledger and Auburn and Austin. So Austin is the youngest NHL player. His mom was a teen mom, so she's in her 30s, and she hooks up with this guy one day, and comes to find out on Family Day that it is her son's hockey captain. So there is no age gap. They're both in their 30s, and it's Ledger's kind of like retirement year from the NHL as well.
That is so amazing. I love that. You're just like sitting there and you're like, "Oh, tell me more."
Yeah.
That would be me. Like
Yeah.
that would so be me. I would overhear that and be like, "Pause, excuse me."
Yeah. And I wanted to know nothing about hockey, and I just wanted to know all about like the hot goss. Like I call myself a chismosa. Like I love a good tea. Like I love the tea. I love gossip, right? Like, so I was like, ooh, this sounds like some like hot goss, like from the magazines. Like, tell me more. Yeah, and it was really fun. Did I learn anything about hockey that game? Absolutely not. It was actually funny because I went again with like a group of friends, and I was like, oh my God, hockey players get so tired. They like sit down all the time, and they're like, no, babe, they're it's offense and defense. And I was like, oh, I just thought they were tired.
Just listen to this, but like her mom said that, and like in one of the scenes. So
Yeah,
I love that. I went to my first hockey game. I think I was like 17 or 18. I used to work at Target and like during high school, and one of the guys that worked with us, he was from Michigan, and the Red Wings were coming to play the Predators. And like I'm in Chattanooga, so Nashville's like a good like 2-hour drive for us. Mm-hmm. So we all planned it one night. Like we were driving to Nashville to go see this game. Didn't know a thing about hockey. And I'm like, yeah, sounds fun. I'm in. And it was like literally the coolest time. Like I still couldn't tell you all the rules of hockey, but I will watch it if it's on TV.
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead and tell us about the rest of the series. What can we expect?
Yeah. So I think we talked briefly about book 2, and then book 3 is Austin's book. So that was the Happily for Now. I really think it's a happily ever after, but like it's not traditional in the sense of they end up together. They do not end up together, but they do. The story feels complete, if that makes sense. And then the book that comes out this week is Your Second Chance. So that's Nova and Ollie's book. So Nova moves to London with her bestie Luna after her failed marriage to Austin, and ends up falling in love with a thick-thighed rugby coach. And she finds herself pregnant, but it's not his baby. So black cat golden retriever, he falls first. Kind of low stakes. It's not like a super heavy book compared to the others in the series. But like really like a really soft kind of love that is just sweet and gentle. And then after that, you'll see Austin and his book with Charlie, who is a kindergarten teacher. And then the last book in the series is my first Why Choose MFM-ish book.
Ooh. I'm here for it. Yeah. Especially you have me at the ish.
Yeah. there is bisexuality awakenings moments in it as well. Yeah, ish.
Sharing is caring when it comes to romance. Exactly. Romance books. Let me say there.
So only right now I've never written a Why Choose before this one, or any polyamorous relationship. So it's the only one I've written so far, and I actually think it's probably the spiciest book I've ever written. There's a lot of like BDSM dom sub moments in them, but also there's Dirks is such a golden retriever. Jeremy is such a black cat, and she is a good mix of both. And so like how she navigates their relationships is really unique. So yeah, I'm excited for the rest of the series.
I am loving this. Okay, so every episode I like to play a little game, and I've been really big on bookish this or that. So are you down to play?
Yes.
Awesome. So, first up, I have reading a book or watching TV.
Reading a book.
I go back and forth on this one. Like, I think it's just because I read so many books. But I do right now. Like all of my TV shows are on right now because I'm a huge fan of reality trash TV.
Me too.
So I'm like waiting for Below Deck to come back on. Like I need it.
It is on. I just watched it. What do you?
Is it on?
Yeah, I'm like 4 episodes. Yes, that's the only. So Below Deck is one of the only shows that, and like the Real Housewives franchise, I will keep up with like religiously. Oh, log in my Peacock. Below Deck Med, I think that's the one that's up. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Med is like one of my favorites. I love Med. I'm definitely gonna have to so I got behind because Big Brother wrapped up at the end of summer. So because that comes on 3 times during the week, that put me behind on everything. And so we just finished up Love is Blind.
Oh yeah.
So so now I need yes, I'm moving back to Below Deck. I could have swore it wasn't coming on until this month.
No. Though I think it's like four episodes. I think we're at.
Okay,
not very far.
Good. Yeah, good. Yeah, because I'm obsessed. I love Below Deck.
Me too.
Any Bravo show. The only one I haven't got into Real Housewives yet, but I think that's just because there's so many spinoffs and seasons. It's just kind of overwhelming. So I'm just to the point to where I just probably will just start watching it one day and just kind of figure it out.
Honestly, you could, right? I think you could too. I would not go back there. There truly are so many seasons. I think that's the only reason I really have kept up with them is because I've watched them since the beginning.
Right. So. Yes. And I'm a huge Summer House fan. Oh, yeah. So, it's been rumored that a couple of the girls from Summer House might join the Real Housewives cast in New York. So, I'm keeping my eye out for that. And then, of course, Vanderpump just dropped their, season 12, trailer. And so, I don't know how I feel about it, though.
I have not kept up with Vanderpump. Online, I on TikTok and stuff, but not.
Right. All right. Next, I have Kindle or audio.
Right now, I'm in a Kindle mood, but I do get into audiobook moods. On the side, sometimes I do deliveries on the weekends for people. And so I do listen to a lot of audiobooks when I do that. But for the most part, I think I'm a Kindle person.
I love that. So yeah, I listen to audio basically all day, every day. But I do, like, when I'm like getting in bed, like, because I put my daughter to sleep and she won't go to sleep unless I'm like laying there next to her.
Mm.
And so while she's like trying to go to sleep, I have my Kindle like out reading. So I do love my Kindle, but I do love audio, so I choose. What about between enemies to lovers or fake dating?
Enemies to lovers, faux show.
I see, fake dating is like my go-to to get me out
Really?
of any type of book slump. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's like my crack when it comes to tropes. Like, that's like top tier for me. I love a good fake dating book or marriage convenience.
I like a good marriage convenience, but the fake dating, I don't know, it doesn't do it for me. I like it, but yeah.
All right, next up, I have small town or age gap.
To read, right? Or to write?
To read.
To read?
Either.
So this will differ. So to read, small, no, actually won't differ. I think small town for both.
Small town for both? Okay.
I think I've only ever written one true age gap book.
Yeah. I think I would choose small town as well, because I'm a sucker for a good small town.
Yeah,
pretty much anything I read these days is small town, unless it's like a sports book. Like, other than that, it's strictly like small town, I feel like. What about between cowboy or sports?
Cowboy. For sure. I don't know why the cowboy thing does it for me. But I think because I'm a horseback rider. Like, I also am like really big into the PBR, so like professional bull riding. So just Jesus, sign me up. Like, buck me off a bull, but like, I don't know, a football player. Like, I'm like, okay.
I go back and forth on this one. So, like, I'll get in a kick where I will read nothing but sports. And then when I get basically, like, overwhelmed with too many sports books, I will then go back to cowboy. All right, last question. I have billionaire romance or brother's best friend?
Oh, I say this with lots of love, but I think those are my two least favorite.
That's okay.
Tropes. But out of the two, I think I would pick billionaire romance. But I'm going to give you a twist on this because I'm going to be difficult. I think I'd pick billionaire romance, but I like it when she too is a billionaire, or she is the billionaire. The FMC is the billionaire.
Yes.
I like it the other way. Often. No, you don't. But when you do, I really have enjoyed reading it like that. So I like that. Brother's best friend, I read, but it's funny. My best friend loves Brother's best friend. It's her favorite trope. I just like have a brother, and like all of his friends are like douches. Like, I'm like, ew. I just imagine them, and I'm like, ugh, not for me.
Like, I have a brother as well, but like, I could never like imagine myself like dating one of my brother's friends.
No. Like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm a sucker for a good billionaire.
Yeah.
For a good billionaire. I love that. Well, thank you so much for playing.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. Well, tell us, what is up next for you? I know you got this release coming this week, which I hope you have the best release week.
Thanks. So after I finish this winter releasing the Ravens hockey series, I might be going to a little town in Texas that I've made up called Lindley, Texas. And there are a lot of things that happen in Lindley, Texas. And that's all I can say right now. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Do we have like a date yet?
No, we do not. That's why I can't say. And there's some things happening that I'm hoping to happen.
What about events? What events will you be at in 2026?
Yeah, so I'm doing 4 events. I'm going to do Signed with Spice in Maine, Romance Era in North Carolina, Smut Miss and the Smokies in Nashville, and Tennessee LitCon in Kingsport, Tennessee.
Yay! I will be in Nashville. I'm super excited.
Oh, that's Smut Miss with the Smokies and the Smokies?
Yes, yeah,
Oh,
I got a
fun.
table. So that's like the only event like I'll actually be at. I might attempt to try to go to TN LitCon. Like I was supposed to go this year and things didn't like pan out. But I heard like incredible things about TN LitCon, and it's just like
it'll
a
be
couple hours for me.
It'll be even more amazing because they're doing 2 days with panels. So I think it'll be an even better 2026 event. I would suggest, since if you're in that area, it really wasn't. We drove to Nashville afterwards, and I was like, oh, this is not a bad drive at all.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm probably about 2.5-ish hours south of Keystone. South.
Yeah.
East, maybe. I don't know. I know it's up there, like, past Knoxville.
Yes, past Knoxville.
Yeah. But yeah, when we were in Knoxville, Jess came up to me and was like, well, what you doing next year? And I was like, I don't know. What are you doing next year? And she's like, listen. And I was like, tell me more. And so, because my plan was I wasn't going to do an actual table anywhere next year. But I was like, I can't miss that. That sounds like so much fun.
It did, yeah. And I'm a big, I don't know if you've ever read her, but Sam Sketcher. Have you ever
I don't think I've read her.
Okay, so Sam Sketcher is like a mafia author. Yeah, mafia. I think, yes. I not like if you when you see me at Smut Miss and I am like quite literally peeing my pants of excitement, it's because I'm about to meet Sam Sketcher. Like for me, I'd be like, oh my god. So like when I got invited, I was like, please sign me up. And my PA Rose was like, well, aren't you excited to sign there? And I was like, yes, also very excited to sign, but like very, very excited to meet Sam Sketcher. So yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, she's got like quite a good turnout. But it's like I couldn't decide like what I was gonna do as far as like going as attendees, and like because like I loved a meet and greet cute, and so they said that they're going to do it again this year, but it's like the weekend after, and I was like, I can't do it. So it broke my heart that I had to say no. But I love Mary and Ashley, so I wish them well, and I can't wait to hear like how good this year 2 is going to go for them. Yeah. Like they are so great. And then I wanted to do the one that's in Carolina because the last time she did it, like her first one was in Nashville, and I was there. That was actually my very first event ever going. Like I hadn't even gone as a reader at this point. She did such a good job putting that on, and I was a nervous Nelly. If I could go back and redo that whole event, I would. But I wanted to go, and it's just a couple hours from, or I say a couple, probably about 5-ish hour drive for me. But I have a friend that lives up in Charlotte, and I was like, that would be so fun. But I want to say it's like mine and my daughter's birthday weekend, and like because my daughter's birthday is the day after mine, and so I was like, no, I can't do that.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm excited. I'm excited for it because also they did. I think they did a great event last year, 2 years ago, whenever they did. It was also my first event. And I like how it was small, but like in terms of the amount of authors, and it was like on a mid-sized scale, and I really liked like the feeling they created, and how accommodating they were. So I'm excited. I'm excited for it. It's only a few hours from Rose, so we'll be driving.
Oh, fun. Which state does Rose live in?
Virginia.
Virginia. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, how fun. Well, I hope y'all have the best time.
Well, and I'll see you in 6 months, 7 months.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's in July, right?
July. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't do math. I'm not.
Math isn't mathing.
No, math.
Yeah, because we try to go up to Nashville at least once a year, and so my husband's birthday's in July, so I'll probably be taking him with me again. If I don't have a new co-host, I'm trying to find a new co-host for the podcast. So I just posted something this weekend, like on the search, and I've had so many people apply for it, and now I'm like overwhelmed. I'm like, why did I do this to myself? I've had so many people reach out to me about it, and I'm like, yes, I'm like, I love it, but it's making me overwhelmed. All right. Well, before we go, please tell our listeners where they can find you at.
You can find me on Amazon. I'm also on social media, Instagram and TikTok, Threads. You can also find me on Barnes & Noble or on my website, www.veetaylorauthor.com.
Amazing. And I will have links in the description so people can find you very easily.
Thank you.
And as always, you can find me hanging out over on Instagram at What the Smut Podcast. If you're interested in being part of this podcast, please fill out the link in my link tree. If you enjoyed the episode, please go give us a rate and review. A 5-star rating goes a very long way for us podcasts. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you guys next time.